welcome back to the channel. In this last Epoch video, I want to share a Sentinel starter build to get you through to those masteries. What really inspired this video was on Reddit we had a conversation about how boring Sentinel can be up until you get your masteries, and I 100% agree. Again, this is going to be for patch 0.7.7, so keep in mind that things that I talk about in this video are more than likely to change in the future. So hopefully we'll see some early game balance for Sentinel to really engage new players that maybe this is their first class they're trying out. So let's go ahead and talk early game Sentinel. How do you get through the boring parts? I've made a few different characters and done a few different tests, and this is going to be what I've found to be the most fun, engaging, and efficient way to get through to your first mastery. When you very first start out, you're going to unlock, you'll start out with Vengeance. You're going to have to use that up until you get Rive. But the very first skill you're going to specialize into is, you guessed it, Hammer Throw. It's hella OP, costs almost no mana. So everything that I show you here, keep in mind, this is literally just to get you to your mastery. If you have a mastery in mind, you might want to specialize and build kind of to that. But a lot of this will help get you to where you need to be, because once you get to the end game, you can do whatever you really want. But especially for the solo self-founded hardcore challenges, this has really kind of helped me out with the last Sentinel challenge, since I die so much. You know, I pretty much mastered the beginning of the game anyway. Well, at least I think I have. So hammers, you're going to go straight up to Rapid Throw. This is going to increase the attack speed, and you're going to notice with the faster attack speed, you're actually going to be having multiple hammers out and hitting multiple times, doing more damage. So you're going to put 3 points into there. And then you'll come up here to Winged Hammers. This will increase the projectile speed so they travel faster. And then after that, you're going to come up here for Steadfast Path. The hammers no longer return, but they have a chance to deal double damage. After that, you're going to want to pick up your Iron Spiral. This will make the hammer spiral, basically. And the reason we're picking this up is to actually come down here and pick up Enra's Technique, which will then buff the damage on hammers by 80%. So I personally think that that's quite a big damage increase. I know I don't have it on this character here, but trust me, I've tried it on at least 2 other Sentinels, and it works. So that's pretty much will get you through your hammer skill up until the point where you have a mastery. But, you know, after that, there's a lot of different options. You could go here to get more double damage chance, which with this node and this node combined, it's guaranteed to always be double damage. Another really cool and fun node is over here. You can pick up your Disintegrating Aura. It does a lot of damage as well, but there's tons of options here. But that little path I talked about with your Spiral and Enra's Technique will definitely help you get started off on your right foot. So once you've unlocked hammers and you've specialized into it, the next skill you're going to use, you're not going to specialize into this. It's just used for mobility, and this is your Warpath ability. This is just to get through enemies in case you get body blocked and need to get out of a bad situation. That's all that this ability is for. The next skill that you're going to unlock is Lunge, and again, this is mobility. This is to help you get through the maps quicker, get out of harm's way. You can also use it to kind of dip in and Rive, which you will unlock next, which does a lot of damage. And it costs 0 mana, and then you can kind of whirlwind. You can see where I'm going with this, right? It's all about survival and not dying and getting through as quick as possible. So I already told you Rive is our next skill, and we will specialize right into that bad boy. And it does quite a bit of damage. It is riskier than hammers since you do have to be up in their face attacking them, but the damage output's really good. So if you can kind of find that balance of using it and dipping out when you need to and then throwing hammers as your filler, I think you'll have fun and enjoy it. So I would come up here and get at least 2 trampling. I don't know how to say that word, so we're going to stick with trampling. Ah, hell, I'll try it. Trampling Azotl. I don't know. Anyway, we'll get 2 points there for your stun chance and hit damage. And then for that, you'll grab Overwhelm. 1 out of 1. And that's going to make it so your third attack with Rive does 70% more damage, but it no longer lacerates. So if you're doing a bleed build, this might not be the best option, but just for pure damage, this is what I would take. And if you're not familiar with Rive, I should have explained this up front. It has 3 attacks. You can see 1, 2, 3. 3 is that final spin, so that's the one that'll be doing more damage there. And once you have that, I would go ahead and pick up another point into trampling. And by that point, you should have your mastery unlocked by that point in the skill tree. But there's a lot of different nodes here, and I'll just kind of comment on it real quick for you. There's a burning tree down here you could do. If you're doing a void build, you can even come over here and get some void damage there. Otherwise, I think this node's pretty interesting. Increased crit chance from your first strike. There's attack speed. There's a lot of different stuff, but this is just to get you up until the masteries, which really shouldn't take too long. Like, not long at all, really. So just push through, and trust me, when you get to the masteries, the class does get a bit more interesting. So the last thing we need to talk about is passives. While you're leveling up, you're going to want to get as much damage and survivability as possible. So I would suggest taking Juggernaut, go a full 8 out of 8 first, because you're getting your strength, fire protection, and void protection from this node. Super helpful. The first mobs you're going to encounter in Last Epoch are going to be void creatures, so you want to get as much void protection as you can. After you have 8 points there, I would then put 8 points into Fearless for Vitality. The reason for that is Vitality gives you more void protection, 15 more per point actually. So once you have 8 here, 8 in Fearless, I would then put 4 points into Relentless, and that's just basically going to increase your damage and stun avoidance. We're just getting it for the damage. You only need 4 points in there, and then by that point you can unlock masteries and pick which route you want to take: Void Knight, Forge Guard, or Paladin. Forge Guard's a lot of fun. Void Knight, I've just recently checked out, and it's pretty fun. And I'll be honest, I haven't really touched Paladin very much, but there you go. That's your passives, your skills. And as far as stats go, you just want whatever's going to give you the most damage. If that means going two-handed, do it. You want to look out for physical damage, throw damage, any of the void protections, crit, basic stuff, right? Anyway, that's going to be it for the Sentinel, getting through the tedious part of leveling and getting to those masteries finally. Again, I want to thank you, Reddit, for inspiring me to make this video. I just saw that post, and it really made me think, how the hell am I going to get through this on multiple Sentinels, since I die so damn much on hardcore? And here you go. This is what I came up with. Let me know down in the comments. Is this a strategy you've found it to be helpful? Or is there something I'm totally missing in a way more overpowered skill that I should definitely incorporate into this? And again, this is not a full build video. This is just to get those masteries unlocked so you can actually start to have some fun on the Sentinel. In closing, last thing I want to say is I really hope that 11th Hour Games will consider tweaking the early game Sentinel to not have to depend on hammers so damn much. I would like to see some other skills maybe ironed out to be more smooth, more interesting. But hey, before I start to ramble and rant, I'm going to go ahead and cut it there, guys. I hope this video was helpful to you. If so, don't forget to like and subscribe. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.